Hello again. I am back. Miraculously, somehow, some way, I am here. And I'm here to finally do the first time listen for Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher. It doesn't, listen, I know it's been a minute. It's just, we don't need to talk about it. All that matters is that I'm here now, okay? Do not fret. I'm here. And I don't have a tissue anywhere nearby, even though I'm probably gonna need one. Okay, so we're gonna start out with the first song, of course. Wouldn't it be so crazy if I just started it right in the middle of the album instead? I'm not going to. Okay. The first song, is called DVD Menu. I remember those. Okay, so instrumental. I love an instrumental. I think I've found especially with a lot of other people in my generation, I'm a millennial, just in case you didn't know that. I'm 32 years old, or I'm gonna be 32 on my birthday in a couple of months. And I've found through talking to a lot of other people that grew up kind of in the same situations as I did, same, everything, same progresses through technology and all that kind of other stuff. There's kind of this, and I know that I feel it all the time. I feel this nostalgia that is very rarely like happy or comforting. The kind of nostalgia that I feel most of the time is very sad. It's like a sad thing, and I like ache and yearn for a time and a place that didn't feel quite so terrifying and horrifying and bleak. I just feel like as I've gotten older, I don't know if it's because of age, but it doesn't seem like that's the case for a lot of people, but as I age, things just start to look really bleak, basically. And that instrumental and with the static noise and then these kind of like the strings sounded like they were aching, if that makes any sense. Kind of this ache carried all throughout. At least for me it did. That's what it sounded like to me. And I was very moved by it. It was over quicker than I thought it was going to be. I didn't realize it was only 1 minute and 10 seconds. This one is called Garden Song. See, there's that like disjointed thing again, that disjointed static. Kind of like trying to make a connection and it's just not.
I'm gonna look up from my phone and see my life, and it's gonna be just like my recurring dream. I'm at the movies, I don't remember what I'm seeing. The screen turns into a tidal wave.
Okay. I see why people wanted me to do this. She's really good at vocalizing and kind of painting a picture of certain things. Damn, man. Oh, shit. Okay, next one is Kyoto. Okay, Kyoto.
Call me from a payphone, they still got payphones. It costs $1 a minute to tell me you're getting sober. You wrote me a letter, but I don't have to read it. For a freak show on the weekend, so I've been driving out to the suburbs to park at the Goodwill, stare at the chemtrails with my little brother. He said you called on his birthday, we're off by like 10 days, but you get a few points for trying. Remember getting the truck fixed when you let us drive it? 25 felt like flying.
Without talking about any of the lyrics, I really, really enjoy the sound of that one. I like the way that it's paced. It's more of like a quicker rather than a slower. But the lyrics are very clear, like devastating words and things being said, and you can very clearly hear it. So I'm like torn between like, oh, I really like the sound of this. I like, it's kind of a more upbeat thing, and then I'm hearing what's being said, and I'm like, oh no. Somebody who has like the daddy issue trauma, right? Like, as somebody who didn't have a father figure in my life or anybody that really wanted to be one, let me put it that way. And addiction and things like that being one of the reasons why there was that absence in my life, that, the calling on the payphone and talking about being sober and I wrote you a letter, but you don't have to read it. Hits pretty hard. I'm not trauma dumping, I promise. Because I've, really taken the time and put forth the effort when it comes to these different things that I've had happen in my life. I've made peace with a lot of it, and I do think that this is just advice for anybody. You can't hang on to these things forever, because they will never let you go as long as you hang on. It's like you're dangling off a cliff, and this is your trauma and this is you, and you're holding on with all your might because you don't know what's going to happen when you let go. It's like a very terrifying feeling. I've felt it many times. Okay, I understand. But that's what it's like, right? So it's holding you and you're holding it, and you just don't want to let go because you don't know what happens when you do and how much it's going to hurt when you land. But you are staying stuck like this, and you're holding on to it, and you just refuse to let it go. That's a much horrific way to go, dangling off a cliff for all eternity because you were too scared to let go. That's a slower, I think probably a much more painful death, right? If you hold on. So you gotta let go sometimes, as much as it hurts. But I found that a lot of those times when I landed, it wasn't as far of a fall as I thought, or the landing wasn't as hard as I expected it to be. Okay, so the next one is called Punisher. That is the namesake of the album. Let's see what it sounds like.
Used to sight. What if I told you I feel like I know you, but we never met? Sweet to the trust funds and punishers. Man, I wish that I could say the same. I swear I'm not angry, that's just my face. A copycat killer with a chemical cut. I'm not. What if I told you I feel like I know you, but we never met? Wouldn't know where to start, wouldn't know when to stop.
Oh man. I love music a lot, okay? I really do. It's one of the only things that gives me any hope for anything. It's remarkable, I think. And sometimes I just don't know what to say. So the next one is called Halloween.
Baby, it's Halloween, and we can be anything. Oh, come on, man. We can be anything. There's a last time for everything. Whatever you want, be whatever you want.
People do really crazy things when you are in love with somebody. I've done some really irrational things. I mean, they didn't feel irrational at the time, of course, but looking back, there was a couple of times where I was just like, man, what the hell was I thinking? Like, what was wrong with me? Why was I so desperate to have this, to get a hold of this person that I don't even know if they really even like me most of the time, like, which is sad, but it's true. Sad but true, as they say. And it also registered with like Halloween costumes, like dressing up as something that you're not, putting on this make believe, this pretend. Yeah. We got like 5 more after this. Still, I feel like I've listened to so much, but I guess I haven't. This next one is Chinese Satellite.
In circles, pretending to be myself. Why would somebody do this on purpose when they could do something else? With the same 3 songs over and over. I wish I wrote it, but I didn't, so I learned the words. Hum along till the feeling's gone forever. To believe, instead I look at the sky and I feel
just like the last one, it feels like the longer this goes on, like the worse they're getting. And by worse, I mean like it's just the more painful that they're getting, or the more it's just like getting to be a little too on the nose, you know. I mean, that's not a bad thing. That's just like a me thing. Again, just me personally really identified with a lot of that. The humming along with the song, you know, until the feeling goes away, and looking up at the sky and feeling nothing. Like, it's. I'm just gonna go on to the next one because okay, the next one is called Moon Song.
So I will wait for the next time you want me, like a dog with a bird at your door. And then went to bed, upset.
I feel like I'm just slowly going into the fetal position. Just like moving. Every one that goes on, I just inch closer and closer. The holding me like water in your hands. That's one of those ones that's gonna like cling on to me for a while. Actually, I can think of several different ones just from this that's gonna cling to me for a while now. We're in the final four. Okay. This one's called Savior Complex. I love that. I just love that.
Running through the sheets, you're gonna drown in your sleep, for sure. Wake up and start a big fire in a one-room apartment, but I'm too tired to have a piercing
say the same thing every time, but I really think like sitting and listening to it all in one go like this is why I have such a hard time. Because if I could listen to this in increments and like not all at once like this, I think I maybe wouldn't get so, or maybe I still would, just it would just be a slower process of dragging it out. But I feel like I really go through the emotions doing these. And I think it's one of the reasons is because I've tried one of the things with therapy and stuff is just trying to regulate my emotions instead of just crumpling and becoming incapacitated because I'm either having a panic attack or um, I'm crying hysterically over whatever. I used to cry all the time. I like cried every day of my life, multiple times a day. That's how bad it was. Like, that was how much I was crying all the time. And that's not good. Duh. Of course it's not. And it's not healthy either. And I thought that I was like getting the emotions out, but really I wasn't. I was drowning in them because I wasn't like, I just was stagnant, and I was just like out on a raft in the middle of the ocean, and I was not even trying to get myself out of that situation. Like, not even a little bit. I wasn't even like, you know, I wasn't even saying that. I was just floating, dead floating out in the middle of the ocean, and that did not try to get any help, didn't try to figure out a way out of it, didn't try to have some type of a peace of mind, nothing. I was just floating, and then that was just it. So I don't cry as much as I used to. It's actually kind of a more rare occurrence, but it does still happen, okay? I've literally been sitting here with tears leaking out of my eyes for the past fucking 45 minutes. I do still cry. I just don't cry like I used to. And like, these are the one positive is like, this is a good way to get my emotions out instead of doing the bottling up thing. There's nothing wrong with crying, okay? There's not. But I do think that there is a point where if it's in excess, there might be a problem. I'm saying it because I care. It's called ICU. Why?
I've been playing dead my whole life, and I get this feeling whenever I feel good. It'll be the last time. Until I feel something when I see you now.
I should have known. I mean, I did know because I mentioned the title before I ever hit play. I just don't have any. I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to say. God damn it. I got two more. Just two more. This one's called Graceland Too. Oh yeah. Just start it like that.
She could do whatever she wants to do. She could go home, but she's not going to. So she picks a direction. It's 90 in Memphis. Turns up the music so thoughts don't intrude. Predictably winds up thinking of Elvis and wonders if he believed songs could come true. What she's gonna do, a rebel without a clue.
The way to get me every time is to put a fiddle in it. I'm telling you what. I swear to God, you put a fiddle in it. I don't know if it's because I'm Appalachian and that's like literally what bluegrass, like that's like the whole thing that, and it's in the history in the Appalachian Mountains, is that whole kind of, and that sound to me every time is just like a, it's gonna get me every time. Beautiful song. It really was. The last song on the album, I Know the End. I bet you do.
Germany, but I can't place it. Man, I hate this part of Texas. Close my eyes, fantasize. 3 clicks and I'm home. When I get back, I'll lay around. Then I'll get up and lay back down. Romanticize a quiet life. There's no place like my room. But you had to go. I know. Like a wave that crashed and melted on the shore. And out into the sun, let the ultraviolet cover me up. Went looking for a creation myth. Ended up with a pair of cracked lips. Windows down, scream along to some America First rap country song. A slaughterhouse, an outlet mall, slot machines, fear of God. Windows down, heater on, big bolts of lightning hanging low over the coast. Everyone's convinced it's a government drone or an alien spaceship. Either way, we're not alone. We'll find a new place to be from. A haunted house with a picket fence to float around. A ghost, my friends. I'm not afraid to disappear. The billboard said the end is near. I turned around, there was nothing there. Yeah, I guess the end is here.
That went about like how I thought it would. I knew. There's just so much to unpack with that. Like that whole part closer to the end, and it just like kept going. Like there was so much said. And it was like every time she would open her mouth to start a new one, it would just hit me like further and further. It's like you're like trying to get up against something and it just keeps pushing you back down. Like every punch from what she would say was just like, the longer it went on, and it was like this back and forth thing. Closing thoughts. Now that I've listened to it front to back, beginning to end, alpha to omega, whatever, I see fully why people were adamant that I listen to it. And it just goes to show the little bit, like the little parts of myself that I do allow people on the internet to see. People really, I mean, I don't think everybody understands me, but I think there are a lot of people out there that do understand, and can make informed thought processes on, I think that her and her brain would like this. Let me offer it up. And so those people, yeah, they fully got why I would click with this. And I really did. And it is absolutely beautiful. I think that is such a beautiful piece of work. It is absolutely devastating. Like an album of despair. But that's kind of the feeling that I was kind of getting from the look of that cover. Like, just out in this stark wilderness, all alone. I was really, really deeply affected by that. And I really enjoy the way that this artist writes, how she demonstrates. And I really, really love the choices with the instruments in this one. I liked in the last one, the last album, there was like that use of like sounds in the background to kind of invoke, like the train noise, the train horn, the bike, all of that, those little like bells and whistles that she would put in those songs. I feel like that was, those were utilized really well there. And I feel like in this one, the particular instruments that she decided to use and the way that she decided to use them, I feel like really, I mean, it's one of the reasons why I find it to be so beautiful, is because of the music and the way that it was composed and all the different instruments that they used to do so. I really, really enjoyed it a lot. And I'm ready to go now. Yeah, I'm ready to go now. We're done. But we really are, though. We really are done, because I'm going. I can't sit here any longer and do this. I never know what the next thing I'm gonna put out is, obviously, because the last time I filmed one of these things, I said this would be the next video, and it wasn't. So I can't even take my word for it, okay? That's why I don't ever give you any word, because I'm too out there for that, okay? Everything's on a whim and by the whim. Whatever it is that I do put up next, I'll see you then. If you're there. You might not even be. You probably won't. That's okay. Bye.